friends, I'm Achal and I'm again here with root words, right? So as you very well know, we have already discussed certain root words in the previous sessions. Now we are going to discuss some more of it, 5 root words today, and you have to make a lot of root words out of it. As I told you, what are root words? Whenever we have a word, we always break it into 2 halves or 3 halves just to understand the meaning of that word, and therefore we need root words to help us out, right? Why? Because when we learn a word, we just learn a word, but when we learn a root word, we learn a lot of words out of it. Why? Because this one word will help you out in making many words. So to begin with this, the first word today that we have is com, call or con, right? See, if you refer it to a very simple example, we use the word con-call, right? We use the word con-call. When I say con, this means joint, this means together. And call, C-A-L-L, this means you are on phone. Con-call means when a lot of people are sitting together and talking to each other on one single call, that is what we mean by con-call. So in short, you can associate con with what? Togetherness. You can connect it with jointly. Doing some work jointly is what we mean by com, call or con, right? Let's make some words out of it. For example, we have the first word as composition. The next word is commune. The other word is conquer. Please see the meaning or the sentence or spelling of conquer is different. It's not Q-U-R-E, it's C-U-R, right? The other word is convention. Then we have collision, then we have colloquial, right? Now see, each word has either com or con or call with it, right? Now understand this, when I say position, position with com means together, position means arrangement. So composition, what does this mean? It means arranging together. So composition is a word that says an arrangement or putting together. So if you have a lot of things and you arrange them together, you put them together according to certain classifications, then we use the word compositions. This is a word that is generally used by musicians. If you refer to musicians, they have a lot of tunes with them and they have to fix in every tune so that it makes a song, it makes a melodious song, right? That is what we mean by composition, an arrangement of anything, right? Next we have commune. See, commune, in commune you have mune, right? So mune means living, mune means live, to live. As we have community, there we have mune as well. So mune means living, com means together, so commune means living together. This is where we take our word from, that says community. Community is again a word that does what? Community is a word, or community is a space, a place where a lot of people are living together. So that is what we mean by commune or community. Next is conquer. Con again means what? Togetherness. So conquer means to agree with somebody. Agree with somebody. If somebody is trying to say something to you, earlier, maybe you were not listening, but then you agree to that person and you do something jointly with togetherness. That is what we mean by conquer. Next word is convention. See, when I say convention, what does this mean? You must have listened doctors, you must have heard doctors going on convention. What does this mean? Convention is actually a gathering of people who have common interest, with common interest. For example, if there is a medicine launched that can cure a really pathetic disease, if there is anything, if there is a machine that is there which can cure us, so there will be a convention of doctors and every doctor from every country will go there and they will have a discussion over it. So that is what we mean by convention, a gathering of people. It's not necessary that it will only be the doctors. So gathering of any profession of people with common interest is what we mean by convention. Collision. Collision means smashing together. Now what does it mean, smashing together? One substance or one man or one woman was coming from this side and the other was coming from this side and they banged together, and this is what we mean by smashing together. You smash together. So collision means when something smashes together. Next is colloquial. Now let me tell you, when we have the words LOQU, I've already told you LOQU or LOCU always defines either words or it defines something related to the speech, speak, right? Call means together. So colloquial, what does this mean? It means words formed by everyday conversation. Now see, I got you. We generally use this in English, right? We got you, I got you. But we made this gotcha, right? We made this gotcha. I understood you. I want be. I want to be. This becomes wanna be. I wanna be. So this is something that comes out when we make them as the real conversation or the daily real life conversation. So what the words that are formed using the everyday conversation, those are what we mean by colloquial. So I suppose you've understood the meaning of con, or call. Moving further, we have another root word, that is circum. See, circum is a word that can be used in any language, right? So circum says when you talk about something around or about. Around or about, that means around you, surrounding you is what we mean by circum. So you can have words like circumnavigate. You can have circumscribe. You can have circumvent. You can have circumspect. See, you'll get a lot of root words here as well, right? Then you have circumduction, right? Now, when I say circumnavigate, the word is circum, it says around. When I say Navig, navig, this means when you try to find out a path, when you try to find out a road. This is what we mean by navig, right? So circumnavigate, A-T-E. Whenever we have this word, this refers to a verb. So circumnavigate, what does this mean? This is specially associated to ships, okay? So circumnavigate means to sail around, right? Next is circumscribe. You must have seen small children. What do they do? If you give them a pen and a paper, they try to scribble over it, right? So what is it? Circum means around, scribe means draw. Scribe means draw. So circumscribe means to draw around. You must have seen in the movies that we see painted walls. So that is what we mean by circumscribe. Painted walls is an example for circumscribe. Next is circumvent. See, vent means to find a way out, right? Vent, as we have it in ventilator. Ventilator is an area where we get and the air goes out. The air gets in and the air goes out from. So circumventilator. So there as well, vent means a place where something goes out, from where something goes out. So circumvent, again, it means what? To find a way around. Next word is circumspect. As we have spect in inspect, similarly we have spect in circumspect as well. As we know, circum means around, so spect word means what? It means look, it means investigate, it means examine. So circumvent or circumspect rather, this means to look around, to investigate around. For example, if somebody is involved in a murder case, the police will not only target that person but also everybody who is associated to him. So that is what we mean by circumspect, looking around everybody. Then we have circumduction, that means an act of swirling around. In many dance genres, you must have seen that a girl is standing and they do what? They keep swirling around. That is what we mean by circumduction. So wherever you have a word as circum, this means around or about. When I say navig, this means a path, a road. When I say scribe, this means to draw. When I say went, it means to find a way. When I say spect, this means to investigate, to examine. So you have not only learned circum here, but also navigate, scribe, went and spect. So I want you to make at least 5 root words out of these as well, right? See, so I suppose you understood the meaning of all the root words in this circum, or circumstances is also there, right? Circumstances is again a root word. So anyway, moving further, we have contra or counter, right? The next is contra or counter. Now wherever we have contra or counter, this will always talk about opposition, against, away, separation. This is all what contra or counter defines, right? For example, we have contradict. Again, here as well you will get a root word, right? Then we have contraception. Then we have countermand. Here again you have a root word. Then we say counter offensive. And we have contravene. Now, try and understand the meanings of these words as well. First, contra means opposite. Dict is what we mean by speak. As we have dictation, as we have dictate. So, all the words are related to speaking, speech, right? So, contradict, what does this mean? When you speak against something, right? So, contradict, what does this mean? It means to argue against. To argue against. When you debate against something, that is what we mean by contradict. Next is contraception. See, when I say contra, this means opposition. When I say sept, C-E-P-T, this means receiving, this means carrying, this means holding. And if it is written with contra, this means you don't want to hold something, you don't want to carry something. This is what we mean by contraception. Now see, contraceptive pills are also there, right? So if you don't want to hold the baby inside your fetus, that is what we mean by contraceptive. So contraception means a deliberate use to terminate something. When you want to end something deliberately, that is what the process means. That is what the name of the process is given. That's contraception. Next is countermand. And see, counter means opposite, right? Mand means order. Mand means compulsion. That means mandate is there. Mandate is an official order. Mandatory is there. Command is there. Demand is there. So all of it is related to an order, right? Countermand means to cancel the previous order. The order that you had, if we want to cancel that, that's what we mean by countermand. Next is counter-offensive. Now, counter means opposite. Offensive means when you are getting hurt due to something, then we use the word offensive. Now, counter-offensive means attack against an attack. For example, just imagine if somebody is coming to attack you, and you attack him back. That is what we mean by counter-offensive. Attack against an attack. Next we have contravene. Contravene means when you break something in between. So breach is what you can use. Break, offend is what you can use. Why? Because vene means in between, okay? So vene means in between and contra means opposition. So if you are doing something in between, you're breaching the contract, you're breaking the contract, you're offending somebody, that is what we mean by contravene. So I suppose you have understood the meaning of contra, circum and con, call or com. Moving further, we have some more root words and the fourth one is crypt. Now see, you must have read about this word. Crypt means something which is hidden. Something which is hidden, something which has its meaning hidden, that is what we mean by crypt. For example, we say cryptic, we say cryptography, we say encrypt, we say cryptogenic. Cryptogenic, we say cryptarch, or it can be used as cryptarchy as well. right? So see, there are so many words given over here: crypt, crypto, cryptography, encrypt, cryptogenic, cryptarch or cryptarchy. Now as we know, arch or archy is related to governance, right? Governance or governor. So we'll come to it later. The first word is cryptic. Cryptic means something which has a meaning but the meaning is hidden. Okay. Cryptic means something which has a hidden meaning of hidden meaning. Right. Next is cryptography. Graphy means a science. How you understand that what kind of code will be used for which language is what we understand through graphy. Cryptography, what does this mean? It means a science of secret codes. For example, we have a word. What code will be used for this? This is decided under cryptography. The language, the science of deciding this. Then we have encrypt. Encrypt means end to end. Encode into secret code. For example, suppose you have a file. You have a file that's highly confidential. If that if that file is highly confidential, what do? They change it into secret code, and unless you get that code done, you will not be able to read that, right? So encrypt means encode into secret codes. Next is cryptogenic. See, genic word is related to native. So cryptogenic, what does this mean? It means something which doesn't have a proper origin or of uncertain origin. Something of uncertain origin. Where has it come from or where has that person come from? You are not known to that fact. There is what we use. That is when we use cryptogenic. Then we have cryptarch. As I told you, arch or archy, they are related to governance or government. Arch is a ruler. So crypt, that means a secret ruler. That means there is a ruler in the country, but nobody is aware of it. Then we say cryptarchy, that means it means a secret governance. This means a secret government. That means there is a government who is controlling the economy, who is controlling the country, but nobody is known to that government. Now let's move on to the last root word of today. We have already learned crypt, we have already learned con, call, spect, navig. Now the last root word for today is DE or DI. See, whenever we write this, it says apart, separation of something, removal of something is what we mean by DE or DI. For example, if I say dissect, if I say dissect, if I say digression, I say debug, if I say dethrone, then I have decelerate. So what does this mean? The first word is dissect. Sect means to section something, right? Sect means to section something and die means apart. So what does this mean? It means to cut apart piece by piece. It means to cut apart piece by piece. Then I have digression. Digression means to depart. To depart or a departure from the main issue. When we do not compare or discuss the main issue, when we divert from the main issue, that is what we mean by digression. Next is bug, debug. See, bug means hurdles, bug means obstacles, bug means problems. And if I say debug, this means to remove problems. If you somebody who has a knowledge of computer, if you ask him to debug your computer, that means remove all your bugs, remove all your problems, obstacles that are causing your computer to stop. That is what we mean by debug, the removal of those. Now see, throne means when you have the responsibility of a country, of an area. But when I say dethrone, this means to remove from the responsibilities, to remove from the throne. Then I say decelerate. As you know, D means reduce, D means apart, D means remove. Celer means fast or speed. Celer was associated to fast or speed, and ate is related to verb. So decelerate means to reduce the speed of something. right? To remove or to reduce the speed of something is what we mean by decelerate. So I hope you understand. So I hope you understood the meaning of DE, DI, circum, then contra or counter, com, con or call. Apart from these, you also learned went, you learned spect, you learned manned, sight. So whenever you have these words, you can easily understand the meaning of those root words. I would want you to make as many words out of these root words as you can, right? So here I have given you only 5, 6 or 7 root words, but I want you to make as many root words as you can using these root words as well, right? So go for it and practice as much as you can. Thank you so much for watching Adda247.